Today in Unit 8, Lesson 3, we're going to do kind of the backwards of what we did in Lesson 2. So in Lesson 2, we found the slope if we're given the graph, but now we're going to be given a graph. You're given a point and given the slope, and then we have to put it on the graph. So remember that slope is the rise over the run. And what we do is first we graph the point, and then we use the slope. We use that slope that they gave us in our rise over run to figure out where the line goes. Remember that the 6 is the x and the -2 is the y point. So I start at 0, 0. Then I go to the right 6, and then I go down 2. So that right there is the point 6, -2. Then I remember from my slope guide that a slope of 0 is a horizontal line. So that one's pretty easy. It's just going to be a horizontal line. So if you're given a point and you're given the slope, you can find the rest of the line. So now let's look at one just a little bit harder. This time we are given -3, 3, and our slope is 2. Remember, slope has to have a rise and a run. So we put a 1 underneath it to turn it into a fraction. So we have 2 as our rise, and then 1 is our run. So I start at -3, 3. So I go left to -3, and then I go up to 3. So there's my first point. And it goes up 2 over 1. So my line is going to go up 2 over 1. There's another dot. Up 2 over 1. There's another dot. Up 2. You could keep going till you run out of space. And then we just draw our line. So if you're given a point in the slope, you can figure out exactly what that line is going to look like. So now let's look at, you're going to do those two. So try those two on your own. And now we're going to talk about what it looks like if it's a negative slope. So this time our slope is -3 and our line is 2, 2. I mean, our point is 2, 2, and our slope is -3. So that's -3 over run, or -3 over 1. Sorry, I was going into rise over run. So our rise is -3. That means it's going to go down 3, and our run is 1. So this will go down 3 and over 1 every time. So I find my point 2, 2, positive 2, positive 2. There's my point. And my slope is -3, 1. So I'm going to go down 3 over 1, put my dot, down 3 over 1, and put my dot. There's my line. Now let's try this next one. So you're going to try the slope of -2 on your own. And we're going to look at slope of 5 over 4. So my rise is 5. My run is 4. That means it's going to go up 5 and over 4. And my point is -3, -3. So I go -3, -3 to the left and down. Now if my rise is 5, I'm going to go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, and I go over 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can see on this, I don't have any more space to keep counting, but you only need 2 points to find your slope. Now you tried this next example with the 1/5, and let's look at what happens if we have a negative slope. So if there's a negative fraction of a slope, we always want to put the negative number with the rise. So our rise is going to be -1, and our run will be 2. That means it's going to go down 1 over 2. So through point -2, 5. So -2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's our point. And then it will go down 1 over 2, down 1 over 1, 2, down 1 over 1, 2, down 1 and over 2. And there's our line. Now make sure you try the other example problems and you're ready to practice.